Genetic factors in aggression. Discuss the role of genetic factors in aggression. 16 marks. The genetic theory proposes that monozygotic twins share 100% of their genes, while dizygotic twins share a maximum of 50%. If monozygotic twins are more likely than dizygotic twins in terms of their aggressive behaviour, then this suggests strong genetic influence. Evidence to support the genetic theory comes from McGuffin and Gottsman, who found a concordance rate of 87% for aggressive behaviours and antisocial behaviour for monozygotic pairs, compared with 72% of dizygotic pairs. This suggests that the stronger that you are genetically linked to a person who is aggressive, the greatest chances of you becoming aggressive yourself. And this increases the validity of the genetic theory to explain aggression. If a positive correlation is found between an adopted child's aggressive behaviour and that of its biological parent, this implies a genetic link is responsible for the behaviour. If the correlation is stronger between the adopted child and their rearing family, i.e. their adoptive family, then this suggests environmental influences are stronger. AA3. Due to issues with twin studies and shared environment, psychologists look to adoption studies to entangle the contributions of genetics and environment. If a positive correlation is found between aggression in adopted children and aggressive behaviour in their biological parents, a genetic effect is implied. If a positive correlation is found between the adoptee's aggressive behaviours and the rearing family, then an environmental effect is implied. A study of over 14,000 adoptions in Denmark found that a significant number of adopted boys with criminal convictions had biological parents, particularly fathers with convictions for criminal violence, and this suggests that even when eliminating the environmental influence, the genetic link prevailed, thus increasing the validity of genetic factors in their influence of aggression. The MAOA gene. There are a number of genes that are thought to increase the risk of engaging in antisocial behaviour and aggressive behaviour. A gene which is responsible for producing a protein called MAOA is thought to be associated with aggression. MAOA regulates the breakdown of excess neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin to be recycled. This process is called catabolism. Therefore, people with low levels of MAOA are likely to have an increase in these neurochemicals, which can lead to the likelihood of aggressive behaviours to occur. Support for the MAOA gene comes from Brunner et al. One variant of the MAOA gene, nicknamed the warrior gene, leads to low MAOA activity in areas of the brain, and it has been associated with various forms of aggressive behaviour. Brunner et al. Studied 28 male members of a large Dutch family who were repeatedly involved in impulsively aggressive, violent criminal behaviours such as rape, attempted murder, and physical assault. The researchers found that these men had abnormally low levels of MAOA in their brains and the low activity version of their MAOA gene. This increases the validity of the MAOA gene in explaining aggression. However, a weakness of this research is that it is deterministic and it has negative real-life implications. By stating that aggression and antisocial behaviours such as committing horrendous crimes is biologically determined, it takes away the free will that individuals have to do these acts. It places blame on genetic factors such as the MAOA gene, rather than placing responsibility on the individual. This could allow criminals to plead not guilty or receive lesser sentences by claiming that it is not their fault but it is rather biological factors. Courts could then allow them to go free, which leads to them committing further crimes. Thus, this decreases the appropriateness of assuming that genetic factors influence aggression. Other possible AA3 points is that it was a case study. It is culturally biased. It was done for a Dutch family. It's androcentric, only used males, and it is deterministic.